What's good, YouTube? This is Sifu Smo here from Smos Martial Arts, my expression of the martial art. And we are doing a late night panel stream. So we're gonna have Coach Eli, we're gonna have a few plethora others come up. So let it begin. Hello, Raleigh. Raleigh is in the house.
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yes. You're added to the stream, right?
What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're live, bro.
All right, we're live. Yeah, we got Coach Eli here to the stream, and we're gonna start off with him, man. Great coach, great life coach. I've connected him, great friend. Coach Eli, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Well, hey, Dion, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on your show. And I want to thank you for doing this. It's late night. It is almost 2 a.m. Pacific time here in the San Francisco Bay Area where I live, almost 5 a.m. in your neck of the woods, huh, man?
Definitely.
Yeah. And so I've been doing this YouTube thing for 5 years now, and I've been doing the life coaching thing for the same amount of time. And you know, I love doing what I do. And despite the fact that I've been highly scrutinized and I've encountered some of the absolute worst people, to say it politely, I've encountered some of the worst people I've ever encountered in my entire life. And
Same here, man.
yeah, and I'll tell you this, Dion, it's been a learning experience because uh, I had very thick skin, and I had thick skin before coming on YouTube in real life. But what people don't realize, I've said this before, but it's been a while since I've said it, so I'll say it again. What people don't realize is that when you come on YouTube, you need to have thick skin or tough skin times 10.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna encounter uh, all walks of life from all over the world. You're gonna encounter people that are mentally and emotionally healthy and mentally and emotionally unstable.
Right.
You're gonna just encounter anyone and everyone. And when you're born, well, actually, when you're raised right, like I was raised right, it seems like you were raised right as well, and you have manners and stuff, and you would expect that everyone has the same type of manners, and you don't encounter that out here, man. It's just it's life changing.
Right.
Yeah, it was an experience. So it toughened up my skin even more than it was, in my real life. So I help people at a business and personal level. I have a lot of experience. I'm going to give you the short end of the answer here, and then you can ask me whatever you want. But I have lots of experience. I worked in the corporate world for almost 17 years, and I've been self-employed for about 15 years now. And so I know how to run businesses. I'm good at the logistical aspect and the operations aspect. So I can get my hands dirty, but I can also do the paperwork, which most men really don't like. I actually, I wouldn't say I like it, but I don't hate it. I'm just, I'm good at that. On the personal side, I've had a lot of experience in dealing with people. I've always been a fairly social person my entire life. Of course, when I was younger, when you're growing up, you're a little bit more on the shyer side, and you go through some things. but I've always been a fairly, social type of person, and had lots of experience, dating women and, dealing with, just people in real life. And that's where my personal experience comes. Everything that I teach has come at the expense of my personal experience. And also, I've done a lot of personal development on myself over the last 20 years. I've, read a lot of self help books and followed a lot of other coaches. And I've even been to Tony Robbins, bro. And let me tell you, all that stuff, people laugh at it. And they're like, oh, it's all horse shit. It's all bullshit, right? It changes your life, man. No matter
Absolutely.
how, lame it may sound to say that, it actually changes your life, bro. But back to you, man. Thanks again for having me, man. Feel free to ask me
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, it's great to have you, Coach, and I'm glad to connect it with you. And I know there's some Raleigh and all them. They're I will drop the link, but right now I'm just chopping it up specifically with the coach Eli right now. I'm gonna drop the link after. But yeah, I just want to say I definitely agree, man. Like we definitely like I love your, life coaching. Like we have like some of the same. I think that's why we get along so well because we have some of the same beliefs, like with life coaching and like dating and all that.
Yeah, you and I are good guys. I've had my moments, and I'm sure you've had yours. And we've all said and done things that we didn't mean. And that's another thing, bro, that I had to learn the hard way. When you come out here on YouTube and you say something, especially if it's on someone else's live stream, or even on yours, and they're screen recording it or they
Right,
download it afterwards, like once you put it out there, you can never take it back. And so, you know, um, it's yeah, we're we're both good guys, and we have our moments, and we're just, we're trying to rise above all this hate, man. There's too much hate in this world, um, to come out here on a platform like YouTube and continue just hating upon people digitally, man. It's just pathetic and a waste of time.
yeah, I mean I agree. It's and like I said, Eli, Coach Eli, man, I think you're one of the you're one of the best people on YouTube. I don't get why you get the most hate. Like it's just crazy to me. I think what it is too is like especially it's just people are just kind of jealous of our like success on YouTube. I think that's what it boils down to is just like jealousy.
Well, Dion, we're still working on that. I mean, sure, we've had some success. The amount of time and effort I put into it, I was kind of hoping by now it'd be a lot more, but that's okay. That's just the way it goes. I think the reason, like, yeah, I talk a lot about this on my channel, and to other people privately, and we have our Coach Eli private moderator group on Facebook behind the scenes. Um, I I think the reason why people react to myself and you and other positive people this way is it's clearly because they're just not happy within themselves. And again, this is going to sound lame and stupid, but it's the truth. You know, a lot of these people don't love themselves.
Right,
They have no self-respect. And I'm not here to criticize them, but this is the truth. A lot of them are overweight and unhappy, and some of them are on disability, which I'm not. I've never hated on the disabled people, but they've always said I have. A lot of them are on SSI, just staying at home, and they're miserable. And instead of taking up a hobby or doing something positive, on YouTube, they decide to project, and
right,
so that's all it is, man. It's just they don't have any self-love. And
right,
when they see someone like you and I, it doesn't matter if we're successful or not. You and I, we dress well, we speak well, we're courteous to people, we have self-confidence, and they see that and they just want to knock it down. Other
Right.
people, you see, other people that are happy, bro, would appreciate people like us. The people that don't are the people that wish they could be like us. I'm not going to say they could wish like they were us exactly, because that sounds kind of selfish, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
They wish they could be as happy as we are and be able to present ourselves in the way that we do. Now, and let me just mention one more thing real quick here. And I don't want to, say too much about it, but the drama market, sure, drama puts butts in seats, and it gets an okay sized audience for a little bit, right? But it's a short lived audience. It has a limited shelf life, and it's not sustainable long term, and it will never grow past a certain point. And once people figure out, if you're a drama channel, once people figure out what your game is and that you're using them for content, especially if you're getting paid to do that, then these people end up leaving, and then you have to rebuild. And here's the thing, you're limited to the amount of money you can make. These drama channels that make money doing drama stuff are going to cap out at a certain amount, maybe 3, 4, 5 grand a month. If you're happy with 60K a year, you know, uh, creating fake instigated drama and talking smack about people, and that makes you happy, that's on you.
Right.
I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at taking my business to a multi-million-dollar level, not just for the money, but so I can reinvest back into the people that truly need and want the help and can't afford it. So there you
Yeah, I
go.
mean, it's like in essence, it's like they're just they live like a shallow life, like they can't make content off anything else, so they like you know what I mean, like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. It's almost like you know what I mean, like they just you know what I mean, like they're getting paid by that the caregiver dude or whatever,
Yeah, and I haven't talked about this in a while, and I'm not trying to reinstigate anything, but I respect you, and I want to, speak on what you're saying. That's the thing. There's somebody that's, sponsoring, a certain few creators, and they're getting paid a decent amount of money to do this. If they weren't getting paid by that person to do this or come at us, there's no way any normal human being would spend that amount of time to do this shit for free, right? There's no way, right? And that's just something that I had to figure out and learn and work past, and that's what I've been trying to help you with and other people that have been involved with groups like these, you know
right.
and just time to rise above it, and ignore is the best thing, and just focus on your message, man. you know
Absolutely, man. I totally agree. Like, yeah, I mean, and like I said, we don't have to talk about, I think it's, I was just kind of bringing that to the equation where, this just what these people's mindset are about,
yeah. And Dion, here's the thing, man. Um so I'll say this, dude. It's really hard to um remove yourself from this environment when you have been involved in it in quite some for quite some time, and you also meet some really good people along the way. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that everyone that was a part or is a part of that drama sphere is a terrible person. There were a lot of great people that just got caught up in the however you say it, the excitement, or the lulls, and all that stuff, and people were having fun with it. But when it comes to someone like myself and you that are actual entrepreneurs, and we're running actual businesses, that actually completely destroys what we're trying to create. For everyone
right,
else, the other people, even the nice people, they have their day jobs, and they are just they were just a part of it for entertainment purposes, right? So that's the thing I'm trying to teach people. Like, look, if you want to grow a sustainable YouTube channel, or want to grow on social media, you cannot get involved with drama or hate groups or lulz groups and stuff like that. I mean, sure, some entertainment is great every now and then. I'm not a dud. I like to have fun too. And don't get me wrong, Dion. I like talking a little shit every now and then too. I'm a human being, right? And that's just normal nowadays. Everyone talks a little bit of shit, friendly shit every now and then, is all good. The problem is that when you talk a little bit of smack, and then there's a group of people that just drags it on for 2 or 3 years because they're getting paid to do that, and then they take it into real life and they start doing stupid shit. That's when it gets out of hand. You know what I mean? and
Right.
that's and that's where I got caught up, and I'm trying to help you to not get caught up, and other people that want to create something sustainable to not get caught up, because you'll get sucked in, and it will affect you from making money and moving your business and your vision forward. And all it's going to do is put more money in their pocket, because they're going to build they're going to build an audience around that, and that audience will donate to them. And so I had to learn how to just rise above it, man.
Yeah, because like I agree with that, man. Because it's like I'm even having, when I actually talk about something positive or like something that non-drama related, I have a problem with people donating or people just listening. They want to hear about drama, or they want to hear me make fun of this person or that person. It's like you know like American Dream. Perfect example. Like this dude have no problem donating to, you already know the two guys we're talking about, but he
Mm-hmm.
can't donate to me and you in our positive message. You know.
Well, you know why he donates to them? See, here's the thing, Dion. The advantage you have, and I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I just so happen to have gone through this with these same people for the last almost 5 years. So if anyone knows their MOs, their game, what they're doing, the ins and outs, I know so much, Dion, and there are many things that I've just kept to myself. I'm not out to harm anyone or do anything, but I know exactly what's going on. And here's the thing: when it comes to American Dream, Mike, I'll speak about him because I actually do care about him. I think he's a good dude. He's
Yeah, I
just a
mean,
lost
yeah, me
cause for
too. I
right
mean,
now.
well,
Go ahead.
I've known him since 2019 when he was the first that got me into the YouTube, but you know,
Yeah, yeah. Eh, he's not a bad guy,
right,
and I've tried so many times to help him, and I said, "Look, dude, we can work together." He introduced me to you a little less than a year ago, and I'm glad you stuck around, and we started to really get to know each other. And then, I finally got to know you to the point of where I felt I could trust, to moderate you, and then I brought you into the, private chat with the rest of my good mods. Like, here's another thing: a lot of these, drama channels, what they do is they'll moderate everyone. Number one, they try to make them feel special by moderating them. And number two, they also moderate them because that way none of them can spite ban each other. Because the point of these drama channels is they don't care who's there. They want to get as many people that are, to be there on their live streams. So that way they have a better chance of getting super chats or donations and stuff like that. And what's happening with Mike American Dream, the reason why, I basically, I talked with him last week, and I just said, "Look, dude, I can't talk with you right now. It's like you got to go figure this out." And he said he's going to go figure out whatever it is. But the problem is, he got involved with, one of these guys that I used to go back and forth with for years. I'm not going to mention him because I don't want to give the guy any notoriety. He's probably going to find out about this and listen, and I don't care. But
right,
this guy got, Mike American Dream into crypto, and he's supporting him with crypto. and Mike is obsessed with that, right? And so, and I haven't paid attention because I've been doing my own thing. I've been putting out a ton of videos. I don't have time for it, but I just highly assume he's donating hundreds of dollars to this guy because he's helping him out with crypto. And what Mike American Dream isn't realizing is that the crypto is just a way to keep control of him, so that way this guy and other people through the drama sphere can use his channel as a shit channel, right? And to bring all the traction back to the drama channels, right?
Right.
So what Mike's not realizing, American Dream, is that he's being used just like I was being used, just like you were being used. And I tried to convince him for the last almost a year to just rise above it and we can work together. And he said he would do it, but he just kept going back to them. So I'm like, okay, dude, I can't have any part of this. But yeah, I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think any of these, to be honest with you, dude, I don't have any ill feelings or intentions for any of these people.
Me neither.
It's
I don't either. Like you
Yeah.
know, I just
Go,
want some peace and positivity.
right, right. And the thing is this, dude, the truth of the matter is, and because I was very close with many people from that group. I had lots of friends from that group, and um, I learned a lot about the ins and outs of the sponsorship that these people have and all that. And quite frankly, you know, I don't think they're really even trying to harm anybody, Dion. I think it's just part of their sponsorship requirement. It's
Right.
kind of like when, let's say you're a Hollywood star, you go into work and you do what you're told as part of your role. You clock in and then you clock out, right? That's what these creators are doing that are getting paid to create this hateful content from this just ridiculous sponsor that they have, right?
Right.
And so they have to clock in and do their thing and do things that they probably really don't want to do just to keep that money coming in. When in actuality, they could rise above it too. They could start over and they could create real content and make even twice or three times what they're making now. But what they don't want to do is start over and have zero audience and have to bust their ass for a year before they even make another penny. So they keep doing this because it's the easier way to do it. That's why they do it, bro. And so, yeah, I mean, it's not worth it. And eventually, Mike American Dream and other people that still want to associate with, that group or, other groups like that, they're going to learn the hard way.
Yeah, I mean, because like our channels are growing, and like we're because we're more onto a positive outlet, and I know people don't think I'm a great martial artist or this or that, but it's like, I mean, it's like I'm trying to grow my brand and just be, like and that's why I connect with you, because we have like a lot of the same like beliefs. Like, you
Yeah.
speak truth.
Yeah.
You speak truth. Like, I mean, you know what you're talking about in the dating game and all that. Like,
Yeah. And, you know, here's the thing. I try to be as honest as possible while being humble at the same time, Dion. And it's really hard to do that when you're dealing with some people. And I hate to say it, bro. I'm just gonna keep it real. They're low life scumbags. That's what they are.
oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
And I say that wholeheartedly. Not to criticize. And to be honest with you, bro, these are the people that I could help the most, or someone that does what I do could help the most. The problem is they're not open to the help. These people have sunk to such an all-time low. They're probably depressed deep within. They have probably anxiety, or they're socially awkward. Like, yeah, like if you haven't noticed, Dion, there are a lot of socially awkward people on YouTube.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
the reason why they're out here is because this is their safe haven to meet other like-minded, socially awkward people, to feel like they have a purpose, right? Well, here's the thing. That's good in one way, that you have other like-minded people that can make you feel good about yourself, right? But what happens when you are socially awkward, or you have depression or anxiety, and you hang out with similar people? Your depression, anxiety, and social awkwardness gets worse.
Right.
You're basically putting trying to put a band-aid on the problem, instead of hanging out with people that are in a better place mentally, emotionally, and they're socially sound, and they can really help uplift you to turn your life around, right? So
Exactly.
that's where the problem is. That's YouTube has basically brought all walks of life together, and all the like-minded groups are hanging out together. It's good for the positive people, but for the negative people, they're all conglomerating together, and they're like dwelling in each other's misery and just getting worse. That's how I see it, bro. I don't know. You correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, no, you hit the nail on the head. The hammer, yeah, you hit the nail on the head, bro. Like what I'm saying, like people like me and you, man, like me and you, we could actually walk up to a. I've said this before. We could actually walk up to a woman, a real woman in real life, approach her and pull her if we wanted to. A lot of these internet trolls or whatever that they claim they have these big channels or they're being paid to do this and that, they can't walk up to a real woman in real life. They have to send, like, what they have to do is they have to send a text message or whatever. Like, it's all like they can't approach a real woman like me and you can, and that's why they're jealous and envious, because they say, "Oh, we're on YouTube. This is YouTube. This is that." It's like, well, this is YouTube, but me and you, we're life coaches, so we have to be able to navigate on YouTube and in the real world. And that's why they're jealous of me and you, because we can do that.
Well, yeah, and here's another thing, Dion, and this is what I try to help people on. Even the woman that I've been seeing now for 3 months, she's an amazing woman. She also watches your channel, and she's probably gonna watch this tomorrow. She gets your notifications, and if she doesn't get it, she will. This woman is just on top of it. Um, you know, I've been helping her um, figure out some things that she's been struggling with, and she was recently um, clinically diagnosed with depression because she
Right.
was having panic attacks. And I shared that story on my channel a few days ago. If you folks want to check that out, I don't care about the views or traction. I just really want people to hear the story, on how I helped her. But on the flip side, some people would ask, why would you even date a woman like that? Because she has a big heart, and she's a good woman, and she doesn't expect anything from me, and she actually gets mad at me when I try to take her to nice restaurants and spend money to have a good time, which is what I've always done with every woman I've been with. But this woman is like, you don't need to spend a ton of money on me. I just want to hang out with you and just snuggle up and do this. And like, I'm like, I respect that. I appreciate that, but I
Right.
actually enjoy doing these things. And the reason why I want to do these things more for you is because you don't expect them, right? That's the
Yeah.
key, ladies. Like, you want to get shit from men, like, just don't expect them to do things. When you don't expect guys to give you all this stuff, that's when we give you everything. So that's the
Yeah.
secret there,
Exactly.
Dion. But yeah, no, man, it wasn't. the purpose, of meeting this woman wasn't to. And I don't even consider I don't consider myself her life coach. I'm her man, and I'm supporting her through this emotionally. But when she started having panic attacks, I really started talking with her and asked her questions and figured out, pretty much what happened. And I can do the same thing for other people if they just give myself a chance, or another life coach a chance, uh, or if they just decide to get some help in other ways. There are a lot of people that really need the help, Dion, and instead of getting the help, they come out here and they project. I've seen a lot of these people. They're very unhealthy. They're overweight, and they hide behind the sock account, and they
Yep.
just they come at people like you and me because we take care of ourselves, and we've got our shit together.
We don't even have to mention their names because we already know who yeah, we already know who you're yeah, we already know who
Already know who they are. Yeah.
yeah, we already know who
Yeah, and
yeah,
Dion,
and it's like
here's the thing. I don't really even care, because I'm sure they're all gonna hear this and they're all gonna talk about it. Oh, Eli went on with Dion, and like, who gives a shit? It's like, you guys do your thing, we do ours. Um,
right.
it doesn't matter what happens, because I got to a level of peace within myself regarding this over a year ago, a year and a half ago. I let it all go, and then I started, creating a new game plan. And I bought a new laptop and new camera for the studio about 6 months ago. I reinvested like 5 grand into my business for the long run. And lately, I've just been pumping out, 2 to 3 to 4 pieces of content per day. And I don't even have time to pay attention to any of this crap. So, you know, um,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I mean I totally understand. Like, yeah, like I said, I know I need to be in a more positive light. I've said some things, bro, that I shouldn't have said, man. And you know, I get triggered. Like I said, I mean nobody's perfect. I mean we're all human. Like like I know I've said some things on here I shouldn't have said. Like, and
Sure.
I mean,
You're human, right?
yeah, I mean, so are you.
Well,
That's why I don't understand why people are giving you such a hard time because, like, you know, your message is positive and you're telling the truth.
the reason why they give me a hard time, Dion, is because I'm spot on with my assessment about them. And the bottom line is, I'm not trying to even criticize them or kick them down. I want to
Right,
help them become better. I want to help them get whatever they want, right? Because here's the thing, Dion. What's the one thing that pisses off people more than anything, especially people that don't love themselves, is when you call them out on their shit, when you call them out on exactly what their issue is, right? And when they react, say, no, no, you're wrong, right? Nobody reacts that way unless you nailed it, unless you nail the issue, right? And so, you know that's just how people are when they're in that state of mind.
right,
The people that are on YouTube that are behaving that way have always behaved that way in real life before social media was ever created, right? The reason why it's become so crazy is because all these people now can conglomerate digitally on a live stream panel and sit there and talk shit about other people that that are basically in a similar situation they're in. These people that are talking shit about other people's problems have their own problems in a similar or worse way. And they sit there and run these drama shit show panels for like 6 hours, 8 hours, right? And
right.
it's just, I used to participate on those panels. I used to even run a few of those panels on my channel, and it got to the point of where it's like, this is just ridiculous. This is not getting anybody anywhere. This is pathetic, right? It's a
Yeah,
waste of time.
I couldn't imagine like sitting on the internet for 10 to 12 hours just talking about drama. Like that's a lot of feminine energy in my opinion, like, you know, and there's guys that do it. They just sit on the internet and they just gossip all day, you know. It's like go out, better your community, better yourself, you know.
Right, Dion. And if you
Go
haven't
approach
noticed, I'm
some
sure you
women,
have.
like, you know, like
Yeah,
these guys are sitting on their laptops with their cats on their lap, you know, like
yeah. And Dion, if you haven't noticed, I'm sure you have. These people, the majority of these drama instigating channels, drama creators, drama channel owners, they're guys. Women like women
yep.
don't do this. You know what women do, bro? They go on TikTok and complain about, there aren't any good men left out there, and I laugh at that because they're all going after the Chads and Tyrones, right? And the Chads and Tyrones
It's
know that
true
all these
though.
right, all these women want the Chads and Tyrones, so the Chads and Tyrones are saying, "Hey, look, why buy the cow if I can squeeze the milk for free, right?" So
Right.
these women, they keep riding the carousel, trying to get the Chads, right? And they
Right.
go from one Chad to another Chad to the other Chad to the other Chad, right? And then they've got 100, you know, decent guys that we call them the nice guys in their friend zone. And they're saying
Yeah.
we can't find any good men. No, no, ladies, they're there, right? So the women, they're going elsewhere. Some of them do it on YouTube, but primarily they go on the Instagram. They seek validation through likes, or they go on the TikTok and they create their 1 minute videos complaining about men, right? But the guys, and this is just what I've seen in my 5 years of being out here. The guys, these are guys that are like in their 30s and 40s and 50s that are running these drama channels, and
You're
it's
telling me.
pathetic. And all of them, let me tell you, Dion, with no disrespect, most if not all of them are at least somewhat overweight or very obese. They're unattractive, they're unhealthy physically, mentally, emotionally, and they're attracting similar people like them. And all these people are conglomerating their misery together, and they're just becoming more and more miserable, and they're sinking further and further to depression without even realizing it. That's what's happening.
Right.
That's what YouTube's done. That's what this platform, when they started the live streaming, and they back in those days we had Hangouts on air, and then they discontinued that. Now we have StreamYard, same thing pretty much, right? That's all they do. And they do this night after night after night. And then in addition to that, bro, a lot of these people have, like YouTube internet relationships, right? And it's like, some of them have met, but most of them haven't, right? A lot of them will just sit there and say, okay, I'm in love with this woman that's in another country, and we plan on meeting one day, but we have phone sex every night, or we it's like, get out in the real world and make it happen in reality, and
Right.
and 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 just move past this crap. I mean, that's what these groups have done, man. It's one of the most surreal things, Dion, I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, like I can't even imagine like, you know, it's one thing if I'm in the middle of nowhere, right? On some deserted island, it's like, okay, all I have is the internet. I need a long distance relationship, right? But if I'm in the United States, there's no reason I should be in a long distance relationship. You know, I'm gonna get out there and meet women in real time. Like I'm not gonna be on the internet on YouTube finding, you know, like I'm gonna have a woman in my real city. I'm not gonna go on YouTube and have a woman, you know. I'm not gonna have a long, you know, you know what I mean? Like there's no reason like a lot of these people they have these long distance relationships with these imaginary internet women, and it's like, why can't you meet a real woman in real life? Like me and you, we can meet real women in real life.
Yeah. Why do you think that is, Dion? Why do you think they do this on YouTube and on the internet and not in real life? What are your
Right.
thoughts about that, bro?
I mean, to me, they're just because they're insecure, and they there's no they self confidence, and they know how they look in real life. They can portray an image on the internet, you know, but when they approach a woman in real life, they're either fat as hell, you know, they don't take care of themselves. So over the internet, it's easy because you can create a fake avatar, and project. But when
Hide in plain sight. You can hide
exactly,
in plain sight, no name, no picture.
right, but in real life, you have to actually go up and walk up to a woman, and she's got to see you for who you are, and they can't do that.
Right. Right. And I think the reason is because, I'm look, I always say this. I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a psychology degree. And a lot of people have questioned my qualifications and this and that. To be a life coach, you don't need any certificate or degree or anything. There are no. It's an unregulated industry, right? um and but I do talk about a lot of things that involve psychology, and I share my opinions. There's a difference between sharing facts and opinions. And what I kind of do, bro, like this is how I help, like, my girlfriend, and I've helped some other people behind the scenes, is that, I help them try to identify where their unresolved issues stem from, because that's what makes people behave the way they behave today. It typically stems back to their childhood. Did they have both a mother and a father growing up? And if they did have a mother and a father, was their father a masculine father, and was their mother a feminine mother, or was the father a feminized man and was the mother wearing the pants and acting more masculine? And when that sexual polarity is flipped, and let's just take little boys, guys, for example, because that's pretty much where the majority of the issue I see on YouTube and social media. It's with the men. When you take a little boy and he sees his father, pardon my French, acting like a pussy, right?
Yeah.
And his mother is acting like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah.
And then he grows up and starts acting like a pussy, right? He confronts women, and he's shy and timid, and he doesn't know how to talk to women, right? And nowadays, women have risen up, and women have always been able to carry great conversation no matter what. But now that women have risen up, like, they're more communicative than ever, right? They run their mouths more than they ever have, right, Dion?
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, bro, right? And these guys can't even get a word out of their mouth, and if they even start talking, it's like, they say all the wrong things, and then after they go through a few of those experiences, they just they start to give up on themselves, and then they start to force things, then they start to become demanding, and a lot of these guys, what happens is that because they're messed up and they don't even realize it, they're gonna attract women that are just like them, emotionally unstable, childhood issues, traumatized issues, right? So now they're coming across these women. These women are giving them the time of day because they're relating to the guy in the same way. And it just creates one unstable, messed up relationship. And the underlying issues never get resolved, right? And I've seen a lot of that happen out here on YouTube, with some of the relationships I've seen people, go through. So it typically stems back to the childhood, bro, and how people, were raised, right?
Yeah, we live in a society now, man, where like women they gossip more than the women do. Hell, you got men today. They you got men today. They critique what you wear. They're critiquing what another man wears. Like, you know, I get it. You should dress appropriately for the opposite sex, but there's no way a man should be critiquing, what another man's wearing. Like, I can understand a woman doing that, but not another man. But that's what we have today, you know.
Yeah, it's all about self care and self love, Dion. Let me give you an example. Like, a couple of weeks ago, um, I, my lady's been working 6 days a week because she works in retail management, and it's their busy time of the year. And she had a Saturday off, and we had about 4 or 5 hours to spend together. We weren't going to spend that much time, and that was the only day we saw each other that week. um, and I showed up, and she's like, wow, you look great, you smell great, you even shaved your head. I'm like, wow, we're not really spending that much time together, and you put in all this effort, and you did your beard and everything. And I'm like, babe, I take care of myself every damn day. It's like, whether it's YouTube, whether it's you, whether I'm hanging out with my family or my friends, like I always take pride in, showing up, looking good, smelling good, and all that. Because you know what that does? That makes me feel good. And
Right,
when I feel good about myself internally, I don't come out and say, oh, I'm, this, incredibly attractive man, and, all this and that, and take good care of myself. And in my head, when I do take care of myself and I know I smell good and look good, right? Internally, I feel good. And that positive energy projects out in a positive way, and it automatically attracts people, like minded into my life. That includes women. That includes women, right? Why would any decent, reasonable, stable woman that has her shit together want to be with a miserable man? I mean, seriously, why? Right? Why would they? A lot of these guys complain that, oh, these women are just, crappy and this and that. Like the MGTOW community got involved with them,
right.
um,
Oh, I
five.
hate the big towel community.
Oh, I do too, bro. It's like I don't know if I'd say I necessarily hate them. I just, I think a lot of these guys from the MGTOW community, and I dealt with many of them through these drama groups, right? A lot of these guys, criticized me thinking I was trying to get men back on the plantation, and get men to marry women again and this and that. It's like what these guys, these guys that went through these marriages, and they, got divorced, raped, and this and that. They blamed the woman for everything, but they didn't take any ownership. They never took any ownership of their faults that got them divorced, right? And what a lot of these guys, don't realize is that once you get married, and even if you're working a lot and you're tired, you still need to date and court your wife, well, when you're married, in the same ways you did, before you got married. If you have kids, you still need to date and court your wife in the same ways, as you did before you had kids and before you got married. So
Right,
what happened with a lot of these MGTOW guys is that, they were dating someone, they got married, things were good, right? Then they had kids, right? And then work got busy for both of them, right? And what's the first thing that happens to a couple? What do they neglect the most once they have kids, and work gets busy? They neglect themselves, they neglect their relationship, and they neglect themselves at an individual basis, right? They let themselves go, they gain weight, they don't shower as much, right? uh, and then they wonder why divorce happens. I mean, come on. And
right,
these are grown ass men that are angry and bitter because their wife divorced them, and they don't even realize why their wife divorced them.
yeah. In essence, so what you're saying is like they're blaming the woman for their own mistakes.
Right. They're blaming the
Yeah,
woman for those guys becoming complacent, becoming lazy. Um, a lot of them say I work 12 hours a day and I'm real tired. I just want to come home and have a beer and just, go to sleep. Dude, you got to come home and be there for your family, bang your wife, and take your wife out to dinner once a week or every now and then. Dude, you just can't sit there and say, okay, I'm married now. I have kids now. Now it's just, now it's smooth sailing. Now, I don't have to do the same shit I did, right? Come on. That's the problem with these guys, right? That's the problem with MGTOW. They're trying to tell guys, okay, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, and marriage isn't worth it. And I will say this, Dion. I know you've talked about this before. Um, when it comes to modern marriage, I that's the one thing I'll kind of agree with MGTOW to a certain extent. That because of no fault divorce laws, I think you have them in New York. I think New York is a no fault divorce state, and I know California definitely is. And that means you can marry a woman, right? And if you're the breadwinner, and you're making a ton more money than her, and you're with her for 10 years or more, um, she can go out and bang 100 guys while you're married and divorce you and still take half your shit. That's called no fault divorce, right? And on top of that, you know, even if you're, better suited to take care of the kids, right? She'll still get at least 50% custody or greater just because of the way the court systems work nowadays, and they favor, women for the most part, right? unless
Right.
unless it is proven that the woman is psychologically messed up, or she's done something, to break the law or something, she's going to win the majority of the time. So in that aspect, and only in that aspect, I can understand that. But even with that being said, I am still open to marriage as long as it's with the right woman. And I'll tell you this, the woman I'm with, right now, she does want to get married again one day. And she even told me, she goes, you know what? You're a good dude. I'd be willing to sign an ironclad prenup to be with you. And when I heard her say that, I was like, I almost I felt like guilty, because I'm the kind of guy that really, wouldn't want to do the prenup thing. But nowadays, it's almost something that you have to do. So I'm not saying I would or wouldn't do it. And my lady's gonna probably watch the replay of this. But yeah, that's the one thing that I can agree with to a certain extent regarding what MGTOW preaches and what these MGTOW guys say. Everything else, these guys are just insecure, bitter, and angry men that basically got lazy and complacent, and their wife divorced them because they weren't the same person, they were before they got married. That's the bottom line, bro. And I used to call these
Absolutely.
guys out. I used to call them out professionally and respectfully. I wanted to help them, and it would trigger the shit out of them, Dion.
You know what it is too, because they get easily triggered because they know they're wrong. Like
Right.
like I said, I don't. I love women. I don't blame. At the same time, a man should take responsibility for his own actions. Like you only a woman a woman does to you only what you allow her to do to you. You know what I mean? In my
Correct.
opinion.
Correct.
So you could get rid of that woman at any time. I know if my girlfriend did, I don't tolerate any disrespect. Like if she disrespected me or anything like that, she'd be gone already.
Hmm.
You know, that's just me. Like I don't. There's a lot of guys they tolerate disrespect or they, a lot of guys, their woman withholds the pussy or sets. It's like you want to withhold sets from me, you're gone.
Oh yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you know what it is, Dion? As a man, and even as a woman too, but this is more so a masculine energy type of thing. As a man, you need to have the abundant mindset, especially when you're dating nowadays. You can't be phased if one woman doesn't want to be with you, right? And
Right.
the problem we have nowadays, looks have always been important, but nowadays, like, looks are the number one thing. Like, men and women both need to have as close to, if not 100% physical attraction within 3 seconds of laying eyes on each other. It's never going to go anywhere, right? But just because you have physical attraction, Dion, doesn't mean that you were meant to be together.
Right.
And, a lot of, guys, um, that are shy and timid, like the guys I was talking about earlier in the show, that have those childhood, traumatic issues, unresolved issues, right? You know, let's say, they hadn't had the best luck with women, and all of a sudden a somewhat cute woman, comes their way, they get enamored, right? And that type of women are very smart and they're more intuitive than men. They're going to pick up on that, right? And in many cases, the women will take advantage of a man like that because they know that, he typically can't get a woman as attractive as her, right? Now, guys like you and I, Dion, we have the abundant mindset. We're like, I don't give a shit how hot the woman is. She could be a 9 or a 10. If she treats me like shit, I'm not going to put up with it. I'll call her out one time and say, look, I don't appreciate this. I didn't sign up for this. Either you change that shit attitude or I'm gone. Right.
Right.
And there's nothing
Yep.
wrong with that. You're not being disrespectful. You're not being a dick. You're not being a jerk. You're basically putting her in her fucking place. And the truth of the matter is, and you can even ask my woman this, women want to be put in their place respectfully, though, that not in a hateful way, but respectfully, because women are going to test your strength to see how strong of a man you are emotionally and physically and mentally and all of that, right? They shit test you, right? You know what the shit test is, right, Dion?
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
Right? So they're gonna shit test you, right? Because a lot of them are used to dealing with these weak, pathetic beta males, right? That just conform to everything, right? And why do they test you to see how strong you are? Because because if they can derail you with their looks, um, how are they going to feel comfortable if you and her are in a dangerous situation and they need you to protect her? They're not going to feel like they can trust your masculine core to to be able to feel safe if you ever encounter danger while together, right? And that's the thing that guys don't understand. So you have to have the abundant mindset, and you have to be, even early on, after a date or two or three, you've got to be willing to walk away from a woman if she disrespects you or withholds the pussy or whatever, right? And that's that. You say, hey, look, you know what? This is not working for me. Or she may try to friend zone you. You say, hey, I'm not interested in being just friends. But you know what? Give me a call if you change your mind, and you walk away. But see, most guys don't do that. They keep begging and pleading, which
Right.
makes it worse, bro. It's pathetic. And
Because they're
it more
thirsty,
so,
thirsty beta bonds.
right. They are the thirsty beta mines, and it also further validates these women that they can get any guy they want. And that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, with me, like if my woman without sex for me for more than two days, she's gone. Like
Well, Dion, here's the thing, right? Like, I
that's
think
just
you're,
that's just me though. You know.
and I love you like a brother, and
Unless she's on her period, that's the
oh,
only excuse. You know.
well, that's a good point there, Dion. But I think, and you're a good guy, bro. I think you're being a little sarcastic there, but I know what you're saying. What you're saying is that, look, listen, Dion, there are times where you're going to be dating a woman, and maybe you only hang out, like, and don't spend the nights together early on, right? And you may not have sex, one or two times, not because you don't want to, it's because you just want to hang out and do other things, right? For me, Dion, look, don't get me wrong, I enjoy sex and I enjoy the intimacy, but as I've gotten older, bro, I'll tell you what I value more. I value the emotional bond. I value the companionship, right? And you know, I I'm so laid back and relaxed, and I don't force sex or anything. That when you're like that, that's when the women stick around more and they want you more. You got to leave a little bit of mystery, and you got to have control too. How's the chat? I haven't even been watching the chat, bro. Like, are other people
Uh,
wanting to
the
come on? Because
chat,
I'll let them
yeah. I
come
mean,
on.
I've been paying attention to a little bit, but I definitely agree with what you're saying. Like, no, you don't ever want to force that, but I'm just saying, like, if you're in a committed relationship and your girl, because here's the thing, if I'm in a committed relationship for over like 6 months to 8 months, like, if your girl's withholding sex for more than 2 weeks every like for more than 2 weeks, then that's telling me, oh, she must be banging some other dude, and I can't deal with that.
Right,
So in my head, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to get a new girlfriend. But
right.
no,
Here,
you don't ever want to force sets or be thirsty. But if your chick's withholding sets for you on a consistent basis, like, okay, yeah, we know what's going on there, you know?
yeah, dude. Here's the thing. Like, when a woman is really into a guy, she's gonna want it more than you want it. Like,
Yeah,
look,
absolutely.
my woman wouldn't have a problem with me saying this, and she would, if she was on this thing live right now, she would say the same thing. My woman, every time I see her, she comes to me like a magnet. I'm just sitting there all cool, just happy to see her and just happy to get out and break the monotony from work and other stuff, right? Because I've had a lot of family things to deal with lately, and my family's getting older, and they have all these estate properties that my brother and I are helping run and manage, and the YouTube thing, the coaching business, and all that stuff, right? You want to get away and break the monotony. So whenever I get a chance to see her, right, and we first see each other right when we arrive wherever we're at, or if we're spending the night together or whatever, like, she comes over like a magnet. I don't have to do anything, dude. She just comes to me. And that's like the greatest feeling, bro. That's the way it should be. And a lot of women are saying, "Oh, I don't chase guys, I let guys chase me." Okay. You let a guy chase you, and that's going to basically chase you out of his life, right?
Right.
That's going
And
to
what they
that's going
don't
to
tell you is that they don't, deep down, they don't want a guy to chase them.
Well, yes, but see, the modern empowered woman is coming across differently now. They're saying we don't chase men. They're flexing their damn muscles, right? And
Right.
whenever I hear any woman, approach it that way and have that more masculine energy from the get go, they get immediately eliminated. And a lot of these women are super hot. They're hot, right?
Yeah, they are.
Right? And they know they're hot, right? And I know they're hot. But guess what? I'm not saying I'm the hottest guy in the world, but I know I'm reasonably attractive, and I can get women. And not only, it's not even just my looks, it's more about my personality, my charm. I'm witty, I'm outgoing,
Right.
and I'm straight up. I say it as it is, right? And so you know um that's uh, I get what you're saying, Dion. I totally get what you're saying, man. When you're dating a woman, you're gonna know if she's into you, and you're gonna know the moment that she starts to pull away. When women are not into you, they immediately will pull away. Immediately. Why? What do I always say, Dion? What do I always say that women are? See if you can remember.
I mean, off the bat, you say that they're like, I'm drawing a blank right
Don't
now
don't
just because it's kind of,
Don't worry, I know it's late, bro. Women are emotional beings that
yes,
respond to everything
that right,
emotionally first, based on how they're feeling in the present moment, right? Women are
exactly.
always in the present moment, right, Dion? So, well, this is what a lot of guys, I didn't even understand this shit, decade ago or 15 years ago. I had to learn this too, bro. The thing is this, is that women are always in the present moment, right? Like 1 minute they can be feeling all happy and shit, and then 2 seconds later, they're looking at you like they want to kill you, right? Okay. And
Right.
and this is another thing. Like you could be with a woman for 10 years and do everything right for 10 years. And the day after your 10-year anniversary, do one small thing and she's pissed off and leaves you. That's and that is completely normal behavior for a woman. So that's the thing that a lot of guys don't realize is that women's emotions are in the present moment, and that includes when they're in a relationship with you. Because they're so present with their emotions, when they stop feeling it for you, they immediately withdraw. They won't tell you, right? But they will stop texting you as much. They'll stop hanging out with you as much, and
Yep.
and you're going to start to see a shift. And the moment that happens is the moment where it's going south, right?
Right.
So you'll
You'll
know.
know. Like they'll make it clear. Like, I mean, yeah. Like I said, you'll know. That's what I'm saying. That if a woman, if the woman's withholding sex from you, like, it's clear as day. She's fought another dude. So it's like, it's time to find a new girl. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like, but
No, dude, it's a possibility. I mean, some women will cheat and some won't. It's happened to me in the past, and it was a shitty feeling, man. At the same time, you know, I own up to my part. I stopped taking care of myself. I became a little complacent in one of my relationships. This was in my early 40s. And, I've been in decent shape most of my life, but there have been a few times where I gained 20 or 30 pounds. And while I may not look horrific, 20 or 30 pounds heavier, when you're with a woman that's used to seeing you at a certain weight and is attracted to you at that level, and you gain some weight, and then, you stop taking as good care of yourself for a little while, they go elsewhere. It happens, right? A lot of times the reason why, and this is the thing that's hard, this is a hard pill for guys to swallow. I had to learn this one the hard way. A lot of times when women cheat or they go astray, it is because of how you as the man stopped showing up compared to the way you initially showed up, right? And a lot
that's
of
fair.
guys,
That's
they'll put
fair.
up a front to get the girl, right? They'll pretend to be someone else to get the girl and get laid for a while. But then when, they can't put on the facade of the front they put up to keep the girl around, she sees their true colors and then goes, okay, well, it's time to move on, right? You just got to be genuine and real from the beginning. You got to keep it 100 from the very beginning and keep it going, bro. That's my advice.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Keep, like I said, you know, keep it truthful, and the truth hurts, but I mean, it's better to have the naked truth than to believe a beautiful lie. That's why I always say.
Yeah.
And a lot of times the naked truth is very sexy to a woman. Like, some, I've been with chicks, where I've been unemployed. I've had no job, and they still would sleep with me just because my honesty was just so sassy.
It's not only that, bro. It's your charisma. It's your attitude. It's your. Here's the thing, Dion. You know how I talk a lot, and you hear a lot about this on YouTube and the internet and in general, right? Nice guys finish last, right? You hear that
Right.
nice guys finish last stigma, right? And there is a lot of truth to it because if you're overly nice and you kiss a woman's ass, you put her on a pedestal, you're gonna get friend zoned, right? Um, but the truth of the matter is that, like, I like to call you a good guy and myself a good guy to, you know, get rid of that, nice guys finish last stigma. But the truth of the matter is we are nice guys. We are. And the truth of the matter is women want nice guys, but they want nice guys that are masculine men and assertive, right? And they're dominant yet they're dominant in a loving and playful way. They're not like, abusers and shit like that, right?
Exactly.
They want to be dominated in the bedroom, and they want to feel like you're just pounding the hell out of them in the bedroom, right? But
Right.
when you take them out, you're a fucking gentleman. Now, it doesn't mean you're a sissy, but you take them out and you show them a good time. And you can throw in a compliment every now and then. Don't do it all day, every day, right? That gets old, right? That's too much. A lot of guys will not even compliment the woman at all because they're like, if I compliment her, she's gonna think I'm a pussy. No,
Right.
dude, you gotta compliment her every now and then, or she's gonna think that you're a dick, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of these guys get confused. They go from one extreme to the other. Look, if your woman looks good, tell her you look good, right? When I see my lady every time, I go, "Oh, baby, you look damn good today." She's like, "Oh, baby, you look." She comes to me and I can't even say a word. She comes to me
Yeah.
like a magnet and starts kissing me before I can even say a damn word, Dion. And that's because of how I show up, right? So
What it yeah, that's an interesting perspective because like you have to throw them a bone every now and then. You just can't, you got to throw them a bone every now and then, which is in essence a compliment. Or and the thing is too is like these women they want to be they want to be complimented, but they want to be complimented by the dudes they actually care about. They don't care about hearing a compliment about guys they could give two shits about.
right, Dion. But see what I get what you said. This is the way I look at it. I had to learn this one the hard way too. Um, you know, I don't look at it as throwing a bone. I know I know why you said that. It's funny, dude. And you're a funny guy. And you're also, you're what, 17 years younger than me. So, I've been, dude, let me tell you, I was in my 30s once too, bro. And let me tell you some of the things I said, man. But the way I look at it now is that it's women want to be complimented in an authentic way. It needs to be authentic, right? It can't be forced or over said and done because typically the beta males will overly compliment women because they're insecure and they're seeking the woman's validation that the woman is still interested, and the man is supposed to know deep within that, hey, I'm worth it and she is interested in me, and if she's not, screw it, I'll let her go and find someone else who is, right? But nothing wrong with complimenting your woman at any time when it feels right, as long as it's authentic. You know what I'm saying? If
Exactly.
if she perceives your compliments to be inauthentic, typically that happens when you say them too often, right? You know, then that's an insecurity, and that's the quickest way to repel your woman right there. That's the quickest way to repel her. Be an insecure man. And
Yep.
we've got lots of those insecure men out here on YouTube, Dion. You know that. We don't
Oh
have to
yeah.
go there,
We
right?
yeah
I
we
had to
we
throw that in there, bro.
yeah we definitely know the ones that live stream with their cats on their laps, and the ones that take videos with their bathrobes on. We don't even have to name them.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is, dude? A lot of that is for show. Some of that is insecurity. Like, um, people, and I'm not criticizing anybody specific, which is what I'm trying to say, but people that need to, like, if they're live on the air and stuff, they need to hold things. It's because they're like nervous and they don't know what to say, and it's kind of like one of their calming mechanisms. So you know but they can work through that, man. See, a lot of these things can be worked through as long as they get the right help. They're just not open to it, bro. That's the thing. They're not open to
Right.
the help.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, it's just a lot of like self reflecting too. You know, I'm trying to. Yeah, it's been a hard time keeping up with the chat, but I just it's apologize to everybody in the chat. It's been kind of like I just been kind of just in tune into the interview, but
You're doing a good job, bro. I'll tell you this: you're handling it the right way. one of the things that I used to do that was a big mistake out here is when I would do an interview on my channel, I would focus too much on the chat. And the thing is, yeah, the chat should be addressed every now and then, but people understand because you're on your phone and you don't have your laptop yet. Once you get your laptop, you'll be able to do so much more. Like when I'm on my laptop and running a StreamYard, which I run through OBS, Open Broadcast Software, I can see the chat right there, and I can even type, or I can acknowledge stuff. But man, you're doing the best you can with what you got right now, and you got your laptop coming, so it's all good.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, there. Yeah, I mean, there's some interest. I don't know. It's I'm just all about positivity at this point, man. I'm just I think you're a great guy, bro, and I've been like I said, I feel like I said, I feel like we can create some greatness, man, and we have definitely a lot of the same view, especially when it comes to dating. Like, you're spot on with the, you know,
I I appreciate that, Dion. I want to answer Tom's question that is on the screen there. I want to hear Dion's biggest turnoff is very tiny here about a woman, and Eli's too. What's your biggest turnoff about a woman, Dion?
Tommy said I want to hear Dion's biggest turnoff. I think with me, it's probably more the it's probably a lot the attitude, her attitude. That's for me.
Okay. Anything else, or do you want me to share my thoughts?
Yeah, you can share yours.
I mean, I think I've drilled this one into the ground on my channel and in other ways too. But my biggest turnoff about a woman, the modern woman, is when she tries to act like a man, like flex her muscles, masculine energy.
Yeah,
There's nothing that turns me off more about a woman than her exuding more masculine energy than feminine energy. And I'll share just an example real quick. In between relationships, um, I use you know I've used Match.com, I've used Hinge, I've used Bumble. Um, um, what do you call it? eHarmony was okay, but eHarmony takes a while to get to open communication. They got to change that dating site and dating app to make it a little bit more modern. Um, First of all, if you're going to use online dating, which is probably one of the better ways to meet people nowadays because people are so busy. Plus, you can meet people that are not in your immediate area because sometimes you're not going to find, a good match locally, and I'm not saying you have to go too far out of your area, but, half an hour for the right woman, is worth it to me. But what I encountered, this last time around, I was single for a while. I encountered many different women. One type of woman I encountered like 5 different times. I would have great conversations with them. Really, really, they were really beautiful women, and they seemed pretty cool. Um, but I would start. I would test them to see how romantically available they are because here's the thing, when you meet a woman, if there's no, it doesn't mean you have to have sex with them on the first date. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, right? But if you don't get a kiss or some kind of affection from a woman on the first date, she's just not into you, and it'll never
right.
happen, right? No
I
matter what
agree.
they
Totally
say.
agree.
What's that?
I said I totally agree.
Yeah. And so uh, there was a total of 5 women over the last year before I met the woman I'm with now, that after talking with him on the phone for a couple of hours, I was saying I love romantic weekend getaway trips, and going on some trips and stuff. And one of them went, "What do you mean, like an overnight?" Yeah, yeah, like an overnight. Well, I don't think overnights could happen for a while. And I'm like, why? Well, I'm a reborn Christian. And I'm like, and I knew what she meant, but I would call her out and said, what do you mean reborn Christian? Well, I am not going to be engaging in sex before marriage. Now, you got to look at it this way. These women, some of these women have kids that are reborn virgins, right? And they've, even had sex with guys in the last year, right? But all of a sudden, they're like, I'm a reborn Christian, right? But see, they don't put that on their profile, and they don't tell you about that until you're, 2 hours into a phone conversation, and you're, you've been, before that you were kind of sending messages or texting for a little bit, right? I came across five of those women to the point of where I had to put in my profile, if you're a reborn Christian or reborn virgin and you don't believe in premarital sex, then please skip me, right? You know, I'm I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm not a player. I'm not looking for a one night stand, but I'm not going to marry a woman that I've never been intimate with. I mean, you got to test drive the car before you buy it, right? This
Yeah.
is not 1950s or 1900s or anything like that. And I get it. Look, most religions, including mine, they're against premarital sex. Okay, you know, nobody really abides by that anymore. And here's the thing: what happens if you don't have sex with a woman, um, you know, um, before you get married? Then you get married, you have sex on your wedding night, and the sex is horrible. You're not compatible, and now all of a sudden, you want to get divorced the day after you get married, right? This is the stuff that a lot of these women just don't think about, and a lot of these women, if not all of them, in my opinion, that are becoming reborn Christians, or reborn virgins, are really emotionally fucked up in the head. No disrespect, I'm just being honest about that. So you stay away from them. But I'll tell you, another thing that I really encountered, I was mentioning what really turns me off about, the most about a woman is when she flexes her muscles and, flexes her independence. Like when I'm talking with a woman, and I've talked to some hot women that have more of a masculine tone of voice, right? And you can tell, like, they have a job that requires them to exude more masculine energy, right? And then they start to talk about their job and how they're like in a management position, and then next thing you start to talk with them about, like, this is what I would do. I would ask them a bunch of questions, right? Because at this point I'm trying to test them to see, if they're the right fit or not, right? I'd ask them all these questions, and then what would happen? They would say, I kind of feel like this is an interview. They're like, what is this, an interview? What is this, 20 questions, right? And whenever I would hear that, I would just, I'll tell you, this is kind of rude, but I don't have time for BS. I would hang up on them and I would block them. Why is that? Because the truth of the matter is this: it is a damn interview. And if a woman is not open, if a woman or a man, and I'm not just saying about women, men need to be open too. If a woman and a man can't ask each other a bunch of questions on a phone call after they connect on a dating app or dating site, and they're on that call to see if they're worthy enough to meet, if they can't answer any question, then they're hiding something that they know, if you find out about them, you're going to eliminate them. So the fact that they question the fact that I'm asking too many questions or making it an interview is basically automatically doing me a favor and eliminating them. This is another thing I try to teach guys, is that a woman that's into you is going to offer you. I hate this. I don't want to put it, in this way. A woman that's totally into you and really wants to be with you and stuff is going to offer the punani. Let's call it the punani, Dion, on a silver platter. She'll just hand it over because she's that into you, right? on a phone call, she'll answer all your questions. She'll offer up more information than you ask because she wants you, right? And that's what guys have to look for. So, but when a woman flexes her muscles, is closed off to being open and answering questions and stuff like that, all that stuff turns me off. When a woman is not feminine, more feminine and submissive than dominant, it's a turn off. Now, here's one more thing, real quick. I do not want to be with a woman that is completely 100% submissive. This is what Coach Corey Wayne says. Another great coach. I'm sure you follow him, Dion. If not, you
Oh,
should.
I love Corey. Love
Corey
Corey
Wayne
Wayne.
is my favorite. Then Dan Bacon is my next favorite. He's from Australia, but Corey Wayne is the man. And Corey Wayne says, you know, a man and a woman need to be in their natural essence of being masculine and feminine 70 to 80% of the time. The other 20 to 30% of the time, the man could be a little bit more, feminine and, nurturing and all that, right? And the other 20 to 30% of the time, the woman could be a little bit more dominant, right? Like, I would not want to be with a modern day woman that's 100% submissive because that would get boring and that would get stale. I like a woman that can challenge me, right? Because I can't put a woman in her place, figuratively speaking. I'm trying to be nice about it. You can't put a woman in her place if she's completely submissive. If she's going to be submissive 100% of the time, then there's no challenge for me, right? Then there's nothing, there's nothing for me to be manly about, right? Right? And so, I hope that answers your question, Tom. I hope that made a lot of sense there. But masculine energy in a woman is the biggest turnoff to me.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. I definitely agree with that. Like I said, there's some people in the chat asking to open up the lines in the panel. It's just I just wanted a chance to interview Coach Eli here.
well, Dion,
Like
ask me a few more questions real quick, and then I'll hop off so you can bring these people on, and I'll go in the chat. Because I want to respect that. But did you want me to share the link in the chat, Dion, or are you able to do it, or what?
yeah, if you could if you could after, yeah, just share the link in the chat and we'll have some people come up. Like I said, I wanted to interview you first before I had anyone come up, just to it's nothing personal, guys. Like, I mean, it's I mean, like I said, this is my first time having Coach on here, so it's nothing personal. If I can't, I'm not a live streamer like that where I could just have like 4 or 5 people on the stream like that. I'm not a huge live streamer, so say guys, it's nothing personal on here.
Get used to it, brother. You're getting used to it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't want people to think it's personal. Like, I'm just like I said, I'm not a streamer like that, but yeah, man. Yeah, Coach Eli, you're a great guy, man, and like I said, I definitely, you know, like I said, man, we'll definitely create some greatness, man, and I don't know what more do you want to add,
Well, let me just say this, and then I will hop off and share the link in the chat so you can bring a few more people on. I know it's really late in your. It's 3:24 a.m. where I'm at. It's 6:24 in your neck of the woods. Um, you know, um, I'll just say the last 5 years of doing this, um, despite what I've been through, and I'm not trying to play the role of the victim, and that's not the kind of person I am. This experience, even with the trolls and the haters, and starting my coaching business and transitioning from, selling insurance, full time for over a decade. It's been an amazing experience. I have, I knew a lot about myself before I started doing this because I was how I'm almost 40. I think I was 42, almost 43 when I started doing this. And as I got into my late 30s, early 40s, I had a pretty good grip on everything. I mean, I started figuring that out in my 30s, but by the time I got to my 40s, I really understood a lot. But after I experienced what I experienced out here on YouTube, um, it really opened up my eyes. It made me even stronger than I already was. Like I'm so much stronger now, even mentally and emotionally, than I already was before that. To the point of where nothing really phases me. Dion, and my woman is like, nothing bothers you at all. It's like, and I tell her, look, I'm not going to lie and say nothing bothers me. I tell her, look, there are
Well, yeah, we're
sometimes.
human.
Right. There are some times where even to this day I feel like, wringing these motherfuckers' necks online, offline, or whatever. Look, I'm a human being, right? But I'm a mature, emotionally stable man. But like I said, regardless of how stable and mature you are, you're gonna have those moments where you feel that way. But that's when I feel that way, I tell my lady that I just take a deep breath and I'm like, it's not fucking worth it, right? I've made so many positive strides to move forward in the right direction. Why am I going to make one big mistake to get triggered and do something stupid and say something stupid that's gonna set me right back to zero again, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so I'm very humbled by this experience, and I know there are still a lot of other people out there that are coming at me and are trying to destroy my message, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to continue moving forward. I'm going to continue pumping out a ton of content and working with great people like you, Dion, as collaborators. I consider you a collaborator and a friend, and
Definitely.
just continue to rise above it. And that's that. I feel great, and I want to help as many people feel great about themselves as well. So that's pretty much everything I had to say. Anything else, Dion, before I pop on off? Or are you ready for me to
No,
go to
I
the
just
chat?
want to say it's definitely a pleasure that we've connected, and definitely look forward to everything we have planned in the future, and um yeah, I mean everything's mutual, like like I said, man, we all about positivity and creativity and truth.
Yeah, absolutely, Dion. Thank you for having me, man. I'm going to share the link in the chat in about a minute. I'm just going to hop off the StreamYard, go into the YouTube chat, and I will share the link. Just so you guys know, Dion, just be careful, dude, because sometimes people will come and porn bomb you and do stupid shit. If any of that happens, dude, I wouldn't bring on anyone that you don't know. And if that does happen, I would delete the damn stream right away if somebody tries to porn bomb you because they can shut your channel down. But just be
Yeah,
careful,
we'll
dude.
just have to end it quick, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, brother. Thanks for having me, dude. I'll be in touch, I guess later. I was going to say tomorrow, but later today, bro. I'm going to get about 5, 6 hours of sleep and get right back to the grind.
All right, the great coach Eli is in the house. We thank you for coming on,
Thanks,
coach.
bro. I'm out.
All right, guys. Yeah, I know there was originally supposed to be an open panel, but like I said, I'm new to the whole streaming thing, so um I apologize if nobody was able to come up during that time, but we were supposed to just have that time with Coach Eli, but if anyone else would like to come up before we end the stream, let me know. Like I said, guys, it's nothing personal. It's just like I said, I'm new to the whole streaming and panel shit, so I didn't know how to do the whole open panel, and I was just letting Coach speak his piece there. Like I said, it's nothing personal, guys. You know what I mean? Like, so whoever would like to come up, like I said, Coach Eli is a great person, great coach, and we have, so we're all about promoting positivity and all that on this channel, you know. So whoever would like to come up, one second here, let me. Oh, there we go, right there. So if anybody wants to hit that link there, come on up. Warfare and Obey, if you're still in the chat, you can come up here too. Warfare and Obey, that racist. See what we got here. Is this the real Tommy? Who is this?
Woo!
Is this the real Tommy?
Yo, what up, Smos?
Yo, what up? Is this Tommy? Who is this? All right. I mean, I don't know if that was the real Tommy or not or what, but if anyone else would like to come up, the stream the StreamYard links there. I don't know if that was the real Tommy or not. Is that GLM in here? Oh God! And this is the woman that says she doesn't watch my shit. How about you come up here, GLM? Come on, hit the link, GLM. Come on here. Like, I'm willing to have a civil conversation. You know, this is the thing that doesn't know who I am and doesn't watch my shit. You know. Where's the link? It's right here, Stu. Right here. It's on the thing. It's on the screen there. If you want to tap it. I don't know if that was the real Tommy on there. Was that the real Tommy? Hit that link there if you want to come up. Oh, here we go. Here we get. Oh, Coach, there's Coach. Coach is back.
Hey, Dion, I just wanted to mention one thing real quick, and I know, you're going to do whatever you want to do. Obviously, the people that have been trolling me now are here trolling me again. You've got a mod in the chat named Hazy Train that doesn't like me. I banned him on my channel, and he's unbanning known trolls that are saying hateful things in the chat. I would probably suggest removing Hazy Train's mod wrench, and I don't know. You decide what you want to do, bro. But I'm not going to sit
You
around.
said he's doing what?
Well, Hazy Train is unbanning people that I'm banning that are known trolls and haters and saying hateful things in the chat, and
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
I'm
Okay.
just not going to put up with that, and I think you don't want to put up with that either, bro. I'm not going to put up with this bullshit with this group of people, and so I mean, I don't know how you want to handle that, bro, but yeah, I'm just not going to put up with that shit. I'm not.
All right. Thanks for letting me know, bro.
All right, dude. I'm gonna actually just get out of the chat and let you run your show, bro. And I will talk with you tomorrow, bro. You can handle the chat, and we'll go from there tomorrow. Everything's all good between us, bro. We're good.
All right. Have a good night, bro.
You too, man.
All right, that link is on there if anybody wants to hop on still. The link is on there. Here's the link there if anybody wants to hop on. Yeah, see, I can't really pay attention to the chat on here because I don't know what's going on in the chat. I because the StreamYard, I usually just stream off YouTube, so I don't know what's going on in the chat. All right, there's the link there if anybody wants to come up. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. Um, oh, we got okay. This says Stu here. We'll. Is this Stu? Is this Stu? Hello, going once. Okay, alrighty then. I don't know if that was the real Stu or not, but hello.
Hey, you there?
Is this Stu?
It is true.
Hey, how you doing, Stu?
I'm doing good, mate. Yourself?
Hanging in there, man. Hope you enjoyed the show.
I did. I'm not echoing, am I?
What?
I'm not echoing, am I? Is it coming
What's
through?
that?
Echo. There's no echoes, is there?
No, no echo. No.
No. Nice. But, mate, you answered Tom's question in one sentence. Eli went on for about, what, 5 to 10 minutes? That man has little man syndrome, mate. He just makes it up as he goes. And it's quite repetitive.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't look at it like that. I think he's just more a little bit more passionate about. I don't know. It goes a little bit in detail. I wouldn't. I don't know.
Oh, he's passionate. Oh, don't get me wrong. I know that, but it's just repetitive, and it's not helping anyone. Has it helped anyone that you know of?
I mean,
He,
what do you mean by helping? What do you mean by that?
uh, his advice, like
I
as a life.
mean, I mean, actually, I mean, I would think it has because he's actually there's a lot of truth in his advice. You know.
Yeah. I don't watch his stuff, so I can't comment too much. You know, I know you a lot more than him. That's for sure.
I mean, I can't speak for say I can't I can't say I don't know who he's helped or or it's helped it, but I all I can know is that it is truth, like, and he knows what he's talking about. So
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I guess that's neither here nor there. Like,
Hey, Nucky. Yeah. Nucky, we
it's
must.
it's like I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, sorry. I was just reading the comments. Yeah, I miss them a lot. I don't hop on the line that much. Nucky knows that.
yeah, but I definitely he definitely knows what he's talking about and definitely knows the truth. Like,
How do you know that? Why do you say that?
well, because we have a lot of the same views when it comes to like dating and life coaching.
I look at you totally different. I
I
really
mean,
do.
that's
From what I've seen of you on YouTube, like, I know we don't know each other personally, we've never met, but we've known each other, what, nearly 2 years now, I think. So,
right.
yeah. I know. I look at you totally different from Eli, that's for sure. You haven't got little man syndrome.
I Like I said, I can't really speak on that. I mean, I guess that's more of from an opinion side. Like,
Yeah. I'm just trying to make conversation. I don't know. I don't know. Eli doesn't do much for me, that's for sure, as in life values, stuff like that. I'd listen to you before Coach Eli. So,
I mean, I like it. I mean, like I said, that's more of a from an opinion standpoint. But I
I know
mean,
what you're
he
saying.
does know what he's talking about. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. He's addicted to YouTube, that's for sure, which a lot of us are. But he's addicted.
hey, coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Dion. I'm about to get on out of here, but I'm just going to let you know one more time. You need to remove Hazy Train's wrench. He's an unknown person. I've known him for a while. He's unbanning known trolls that are speaking very hatefully in your chat. He needs to have his wrench removed. And I'll say this: I love you, Dion. I'm going to still support you, but I will not come back if any of these trolls and
Well, hey,
hateful people are
where's the
going to be here. I'm not.
people respected you pretty well, I think, Eli.
Uh,
But some of the stuff.
no, you did. I believe it's Tom. I appreciate it. It's not you, Tom. These are known,
No, I'm not telling
faceless.
you. I'm Stu.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
I haven't been able to pay attention to the chat the whole stream because the stream yards as a whole. I can't remove anybody until after the stream.
Well, that's fine, man. What if I was you? I would remove Hazy Train's
it's been
wrench.
around a long time.
You know, he's a troll, dude. He is. He's a
Uh,
troll in with these people, and we don't need that, bro. But that's up to you, Dion. You let me know what you want to do tomorrow, and we'll just go from there, bro.
yeah. No, it's up to you. It's your chats, not mine.
Right. It's his chat, but I don't have to come back and deal with this stupid abuse from pathetic losers
Yeah, I
on this
wouldn't go.
platform.
Right? I wouldn't say like cut him off. You know, take his fucking wrench or whatever. I'm not like that. I don't know.
Well,
Let's
Dion and I
fix
are running a real business, and we're not here to deal with subpar,
it.
pathetic
Been
people.
really deprived, you know.
All
Carrying
right,
on.
I'm done with this stupid shit. I'm out of
Everybody
here. Good night.
loses here and there, of course, but as you have, Eli, goodbye.
I mean, I'd
So
have to. I'd have to speak in private with this about Coach Eli. I mean, I think it's just some kind of misunderstanding. Like,
yeah, you know Hazy Train, mate. He's cool. He's been around a long time. Like, you know, he's just speaking his piece. We know who it is. And yeah,
I
it's
mean,
up to
I
you.
haven't been able to pay attention to the chat the whole night. I mean, it's the StreamYards is a whole
Yeah.
new thing. Like,
Yeah, same here, mate. I've only been on like half a dozen chats, and I went on one the other day. I think I've got in trouble for it. But anyway,
yeah, but man, how's life, Stu? How's everything, man? And
mate, got real fit in the last 6 months. I took on a heavy duty job and truck driving and whatnot, and delivering heavy products. And I've seen big, like, you know, Samoans and so on, and big people. Some people don't even last 3 days, but yeah, I've been there 6 months plus now, so I'm sort of part of the furniture there now. But I'm fit as anything, mate. I've lost like 15 kilos. This is one of
right,
those. This is one of those type of jobs you got to keep working until you think you're going to throw up, but then you're only halfway, if you know what I mean.
right.
Yep. And you know, Australia can get, you know, up to 30, 40 degrees plus. Working in that heat.
Holy shit!
Yeah, man. Fucking, it's full on stuff, I must admit. But I love it. I'm nearly 50 and I'm fucking getting fit as anything. If it wasn't for cigarettes, I'd be a lot more healthier. But, how you been anyway?
I've been great, man. Just living life and just living a dream and just trying to
Yep.
get my business career, my martial arts dojo up, and all that.
Yep, I've been watching you. I haven't comment. I've been so busy. That side, I haven't left comments on a lot of streams lately. But it's just for my own personal good, and I'm earning a lot of money doing what I'm doing. And
Right.
you got to do your business or whatever you're doing, you know. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got
I
kids and
mean,
whatnot.
yeah. Like I said, I can't, like, I'm new to the whole the streaming thing, so I don't know what's happening in the chat. So like I apologize for what's ever.
No, I bet he does, Jay Young. Sorry. Yep.
I mean, it's like I said, I it's you know I've been drinking a little bit, but
You've been drinking.
a little bit, yeah.
Well, we're in COVID for like nearly 2 years, and I always work. But I actually had over a year off, and I started drinking beer every day, and put on like the extra 15, 20 kilos, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but now I've got this job, and within 6 months, I've lost about 15 kilos, and keeping up with the young boys, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I can, yeah, doing heavy duty work. Like we're lifting up to like 100 plus kilos in and out, in and out. And I just love it. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
Stu,
killing
you're
me
a
at the
good
start.
dude, man. You really are. You've been around for a long time. You're very
Thanks, mate. How are
yeah,
you?
definitely.
Yep. But yeah, I just love working and coming home, and my kids are getting older now. I've got my granddaughter, all that stuff, and yeah,
Oh,
it's really good.
nice.
Yeah, yep. I'm not sure. I'll tell you one funny story. When I first started this job, like I told you, I was drinking a slab every couple of days. All right. of beer.
Right.
Right, and I was so unfit, like it's probably the unfittest I've been in a long time. And I started this job because I've been a single dad for a long time. Normally, I used to start work at 7 o'clock type stuff. But this job, I've got to get up at 5 o'clock and make sure I'm there and work 10 to 12 hours a day. But when I first started driving the truck, all that stuff, um, I was pretty buggered, I must admit. I ran out of driven truck for a few years, but I actually ran out of fucking diesel twice in the truck in the first couple of weeks, right? And the company must be thinking, oh, what's this bloke doing, And we're in a rich part of Melbourne, Australia,
Yeah.
and we'll park beside a construction site. No, the crane was putting crane pallets on the back of the truck. And a traffic controller and this crazy Asian bloke has got into an argument over a car park right beside me truck. And the Asian's pulled up. He's gone to hit the traffic controller with a level. This is my second or third week of work. And he's gone to hit the traffic controller with a weapon. I've grabbed him, thrown him down. But then I thought the traffic controller was going to try and help stop the fight, if you know what I mean. We'll just subdue him and, whatever. But nobody helped. So this crazy dude was trying to attack me with his level. So I've locked onto the top of his head and had to punch him about 6 times. And next thing, all his mates are out there, all his Asian mates, and we're all punching in the main street of fucking one of the main streets in Melbourne. And there was 12 coppers, ambulances, fucking all that. And the boss rings me and he goes, "What's going on? What are you doing?" And I go, the traffic, a crazy dude tried attacking the traffic controller. I go, "I've got 12 coppers here and a couple of ambulances and that." He just,
Nice.
he just goes, "I'm just waiting for you to say that I'm actually joking." And you had to be there, but it was a funny story. For the first couple of weeks of work, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Like,
All over a car park. It was.
yeah, man, definitely,
Yeah.
I just can't. Wow, I can't believe how long this stream went for.
Oh, why not, mate? You're worth talking to, Dion.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I don't have time to hop on, as I say. Like, so, yeah, it's been good talking to a couple of people this weekend.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, Stu, man, I gotta get some sleep here, man. So I'm probably gonna end the stream now.
Yeah, same here, mate. It's 11 p.m. at night. I've got to get up at 5 a.m., so
Hell yeah.
I agree
All right,
with you
bro.
there.
It's been a pleasure. All right.
It's been a pleasure catching up with Nucky, yeah, Tom, everyone, Hazy Train.
Yeah, now that
All
I know how
chat.
to do I'll be doing some more stream yards, man. We'll have people come up now that I know how to do the link now. So
Yes, I'll definitely be back on. Hopefully, Nucky, you will hop on one time.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
All right, guys.
You too, Nucky. Talk to you soon, bro.
All right, guys. Have a great night. All right.
Yeah, good stream, mate. Good stream. All right,
All right.
take it
Thanks,
easy.
Stu.
All right, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
All the best from Australia.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shit, yeah. All right, take it easy, bro.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for everyone coming on. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.